Clarissa reviewed the household ledger before breakfast, not because she distrusted her staff, but because trust without verification was indistinguishable from negligence. The Bravi estate ran on predictability. Deliveries arrived when expected, servants moved where they were told, and expenses remained stable enough to be boring. Boring was good. She marked 2 columns with neat precision and paused. Security costs had increased. Not dramatically, nothing that would alarm her grandfather or invite questions at the next family meeting, but enough to be noticeable to someone who knew where to look. Clarissa tapped the page once, then closed the ledger. "Send for Tefan," she said. The maid inclined her head and left without comment. Clarissa rose and crossed to the window. The courtyard below lay quiet in the pale morning light. Servants moved with purpose, carrying baskets and tools. Near the outer hall, Tefan stood where he had taken to standing, still, unobtrusive, positioned where he could see entrances without being in the way. He had chosen the spot himself. Of course he had. When he entered the study, he did so silently, stopping just inside the threshold. "You called, Lady Clarissa?" "I did." She gestured to the chair opposite her desk. "Sit." He sat. She did not speak immediately. Silence, used correctly, was an efficient tool. "I am reviewing household expenses," Clarissa said at last. "Security in particular." His gaze sharpened, not with alarm, but focus. "There have been small inconsistencies, minor thefts, misplaced goods, nothing dramatic enough to report, but enough to matter," he said. "Yes." She studied him. In daylight, without dust or shadow, he looked less like a weapon and more like a man, lean, controlled, his presence compact rather than imposing. His gray-blue eyes remained unsettlingly clear. "I require order," Clarissa said. "You appear to understand how to enforce it without spectacle." He considered this. "I can discourage problems." "That is not the same as punishment," Clarissa said. "No," he agreed. "It lasts longer." Her lips curved faintly. "You will take responsibility for the estate's internal security. This includes patrols, access control, and incident prevention. You will not carry weapons unless I instruct it. You will not use force unless necessary." He nodded once. "Understood." "You will answer directly to me," she added. A pause. "Yes, Lady Clarissa." She leaned back slightly. "You will have authority over household guards." His brows drew together almost imperceptibly. "They may resent that." "They already do. Resentment is not fatal. Incompetence is." He inclined his head. "You will document issues, quietly, names, patterns, times. If something goes missing, I want to know why, not merely who." His attention did not waver. "You want causes, not culprits." "Exactly." She rose and crossed the room, stopping just short of where he sat. "You will not intimidate servants. Fear makes people careless." "And loyalty?" he asked. Clarissa met his gaze steadily. "Is expensive." Something flickered behind his eyes, recognition, perhaps. "He will begin today," he said. "I expect you to," Clarissa replied. She turned toward the door, then stopped. "One more thing." He waited. "You will eat with the guards today, not the servants." A calculated decision, one that would ripple. "Yes," he said slowly. "And you will listen," Clarissa added, "more than you speak." His mouth twitched, almost amused. "That will not be difficult." She allowed herself a brief glance at him then, not as property, not as protection, but as infrastructure. "Good," she said. "I dislike waste." By midday, the household had noticed. Not openly, not yet, but patterns shifted. Guards straightened when Tifon passed. Servants moved with slightly more care. Conversations adjusted their volume. In the outer corridor, 2 guards argued over a crate that had arrived unlogged. Tifon approached without haste. "Who signed for it?" he asked. One guard scowled. "Who are you to ask?" Tifon did not raise his voice. "Someone who will ask again." The crate was opened, the discrepancy resolved. No punishment followed. By evening, the ledger balanced. Clarissa noted the change without comment. After supper, she crossed the courtyard as the light faded. Tifon stood near the gate, posture relaxed but alert. He looked at her as she approached, not surprised, not deferential. "The household is quieter," she observed. "Yes," he said, "people notice when patterns change." "And how do they feel about it?" "Uncertain," he replied, "which is preferable to complacent." She nodded. "You understand systems." He hesitated. "I understand survival." She studied him in the dimming light. "They are often the same." For a moment, neither spoke. Then Clarissa said, "Security is an expense." "Yes," he agreed. "But a necessary one," she continued. "Only if it protects something worth keeping," he said. Her gaze sharpened. "And does it?" He met her eyes without flinching. "Yes." The certainty of it unsettled her. She turned away first. "See that it remains so," Clarissa said. "I will," he replied. As she walked back toward the house, Clarissa became aware, again, of the subtle shift she had introduced. Not merely authority, dependency. She had made Tifon essential, and essential things, she knew, were always the most difficult to replace.